You're perceived in that region that you're talking about as being primarily against the Luo nation because of your strong statements over time. Do you have a problem with the Luo community?
Far from it. I have nothing against the Luo community. I have nothing but admiration. I'm a great admirer of the Luo nation. And my history with the people from that nation is very colorful. I am a student of political science, and the people who have made me who I am, the professors and doctors who took care of my politics at the University of Nairobi, are from the Luo nation. The late Dr. Nyangira took me through basic concept in political science. The late Dr. Katete Orwa was my mentor at the University of Nairobi. Professor Wanyande was a great lecturer, and today I owe to them for my politics because I know a lot. In my employment life, I was mentored by two great public servants, three public servants from the Luo nation. Samuel Eric Oreta was a district commissioner for Kiambu, a great man from Kedube. When I reported to Kiambu as a young district officer, 25 years, he took me through how to be a good administrator. And I'm a good administrator through the hands of Samuel Eric Oreta. I went through Peter Aburu, who was my district commissioner in Kakamega. Later on, he became provincial commissioner in Nyeri. He took me through mentorship. The late Hezekiah Oyugi, Kalam Maduong, that great administrator, I worked under him. I have good relationship with the Luo community. And I must tell you, I trust the professionals from that community, like many of us do. All these rich people you see here in Nairobi, all these very educated people, they are doctors, are from the Luo community. Professor Ogutu is a great doctor at the Nairobi hospital. And I had challenges with my stomach for many years and had to see many doctors until somebody recommended that I see Professor Ogutu in 2016. And the matter was settled. If I go to Nairobi hospital and Professor Ogutu is not there, I go away unless it's an emergency, until I see him. Our architects, the people, the men who designed this house, Architect Touma, a great architect, he designed this house for me 30 years ago. And even when I have to do my interior in Nyeri, wherever I am in my family hotels, the professionals from the Luo community are great people. A structural engineer, Ogutu, he has done all my structural work. I have many artisans who work for me. You know, I have a very great respect for the Luo professionals because they are really professional and they are very proud of their work. They are people you actually cannot avoid if you are serious Kenyan. So anybody saying that I have a problem with the community, far from it. I have nothing against the community. We have had problems politically. And when people are opposing each other, when the late Raila Odinga was an opponent of Mwai Kibaki, I was for Mwai Kibaki. So ordinarily, there was a contest between my community and the Luo community.
Asante sana, asante sana. Labda nikigusia kidogo, tukisonga nyuma kidogo, kuna wakati ulikuwa katika msafara wako wa kwenda Kisii, ukapitia Bomet, kuna matamshi mengine uliyoyasema ambayo ni kana kwamba ni kudhalilisha hii jamii ya Kijaluo. Labda producer ungetupatia nafasi ya kusikiza ili tuweke jambo hili kwa muktadha, jinsi ulivyozungumza ukiwa na wale watu kutoka maeneo ya Bomet County. Labda tusikize vile ulivyozungumza kwa hiyo hadhara.
Rais alipitishwa na kura ya mlima na ya Wakalenjin. Sasa nikamuuliza rais, kama tumesahau hii Wakalenjin walikuvumilia mwaka 5, wewe unachukua kila kitu unapeleka Nyanza, kutembelea watu, ukija Kericho, ukija Bomet, unakuja kanisa interdenominational, bora ukuje kufungua project Bomet, bora ukuje Kericho, bora uende Nandi.
Je, unayajutia hayo matamshi ambayo yanaonekana kudhalilisha jamii ya Kijaluo?
Hapana, mimi sijaongea vibaya. Nimesema rais mlimpigia kura, yeye akuje hapa, anaenda Nyanza. Tungetaka aende Nyanza na pia akuje hapa. Sio ati aende Nyanza peke yake, hata mlimani siku hizi akuji, hata pale gile haendi. Mimi nilisema tulipigia huyu rais kura, hapa Kericho. Nimemwona ameenda Nyanza the whole of Christmas. Hajakuja hapa. Sijasema asiende Nyanza, nimesema akitoka Nyanza akuja nyumbani. Kwa sababu hii Kenya ni yetu sisi zote. Huwezi kaa sehemu moja usahau wale ambaye pia walikupigia kura. So matamshi yangu nilikuwa naambia watu ya Kericho, mimi sirithiki ya kwamba rais sio ati hatembei. Kama angekuwa ofisi na hakuna pahali anatembea, ingekuwa labda ako na kazi mingi kwa ofisi na ameamua hatembei Kenya. Lakini nilisema tunamuona anatembea pande ile ya Nyanza kila wakati, na si Nyanza peke yake kwa Luo Nyanza. Nyanza ni kubwa, iko Kisii, iko Kuria, sio kusema ni Nyanza peke yake ya Luo Nyanza.
Hii ni mojawapo tu ya kanda ambayo ilinakiliwa. Ukizungumza hayo matamshi, kuna baadhi ya video ama kanda ambavyo wewe kama naibu wa rais wa kitambo ulizungumza kana kwamba unaidhalilisha hii jamii ya Wajaluo. Je, unajutia matamshi yako kama kiongozi katika hii nchi?
Mimi sijafanya matamshi yote dhidi ya jamii ya Wajaluo. Kama tulikuwa na mambo ya siasa tukipambana na marehemu Raila Odinga, hiyo ni matamshi ya kisiasa. Na siasa iko na marubano kwa sababu ni mashindano. Na lazima unasifu yule ambaye unapigia kampeni na unajaribu kumhujumu yule ambaye mnapingana na yeye. Lakini hakuna siku mimi nimetoa matamshi ya kuhujumu jamii ya Wajaluo.
Do you believe the president should only visit places where he got votes?
No, the president should visit everywhere.
Then why should it be a problem when he goes to
Nyanza? I'm saying he should visit everywhere.
You are very
but
specific.
He should not,
you told those people that you are the ones who voted for him, but he's taking your development
yes,
to Nyanza.
Yes,
do
yes.
Do the Nyanza people deserve any development?
They deserve a lot of development. And the president should visit Nyanza as many times as practically possible. But also he should visit the Rift Valley where he was voted for. He should also visit the mountain where he was voted for. He cannot abandon the people who voted for him and spend all the time in one region. I was saying he must be balanced and he must serve all Kenyans equally. But he cannot pretend that he has forgotten there are certain people and he knows them because he voted for them, and he has no time for them, and he has time for others. So I was calling for balanced development.
When you're with the president, he used to travel all over the country. Why is it that when he's heading to Nyanza is when you raise those issues around him needing to travel to places
Not
where he got
necessarily.
votes?
I just gave an example at that particular time.
Do you accept that he's been to the other parts of the country as well?
I gave that example at that particular time over Christmas period, because the Christmas period he spent all the time in Nyanza.
And now, do you believe that he's visited other parts of the country?
Well, I have seen him go to Western. Okay. I have not seen him go to the Rift Valley. I have not seen him come back to the mountain. He should visit all parts of the country. Okay. And he should visit all parts of the country and do real and tangible development, not to go to insult people. That I agree. Let him visit everywhere, including Nyanza. Let him also remember that he has his people in Rift Valley, he has people in Coast, he has people in Ukambani. He must visit everywhere.
That statement inspiring the president to visit Nyanza in itself is contradictory, because you have been quoted as saying there are people with shares and others don't. Do you believe the Nyanza people now have shares in the government?
Well, the Nyanza people are talking about shares every day, because it's the way politics are done.
You're the one who started the conversation on shares.
Today, okay, those are my students then they are learning very well.
So do the Nyanza people
Odinga,
have shares?
Everybody should have a share in government. And what they are asking for is the right thing. And that is what I was asking. They removed me from office. The ODM people removed me from office for asking for shares for the people who voted for the president. I have had Oburu Odinga, I have had Suluhu and other leaders in ODM telling William Ruto, if you want us to join you, we want 50% shares in your administration. That is the same thing I was saying. But they removed from office and say talking about shares is a very bad thing. And that's why I've been saying they are very hypocritical. You know, shares is about forming government. When you join somebody in a coalition, there are certain expectations. And it's all about shareholding. You agree. If we vote for you, what is there for us? Because politics is about interest. And I have seen the ODM people. They are actually very bold. They are asking for 50% shares. I've heard the governor of Mombasa saying that they want the seat of the deputy president as a reducible minimum. All they were accusing me of is what they are practicing. So there is really nothing wrong about discussion about what will happen to you when you form government.
So unasema wewe huna tatizo lolote na jamii ya Wajaluo. Hayati Raila Odinga alipofariki, alipoaga dunia, hukuonekana katika ile hafla iliyokuwa Nyayo Stadium, hafla iliyokuwa Kasarani, hafla iliyokuwa Mamboleo, hata hafla iliyokuwa kwake wakati wa kumuaga. Saa hizi ni miezi mitano, hatuja kuona kama unaenda ku...
It's true. I sent condolences to the late Betrayal Odinga, and I had planned to go to the Nyayo National Stadium. And I got information that some goons had been arranged to attack me, so that it could create conflict between the Luo nation and the Kikuyu nation. And I applied my mind as a senior politician, as a strategist, and I realized that it was a very important occasion for Raila Odinga and his followers, and it would have been imprudent for me to seem like I have brought chaos into a very solemn ceremony that was very, very important. I planned to go to Bondo. I also got information. And you know, from where I'm coming from, for the longest, I've been attacked by goons in this Nairobi, and most of them have been organized by a senior civil servant from Luo Nyanza. The goons that have attacked me in church in Kariobangi, in Mweki, when I was coming from the airport, were organized by a senior politician from Nyanza, who is also organizing goons in Nyanza. The ones
you
that
have
heckled,
evidence for
the
that
ones that
statement
heckled,
that you're
yes, I have. The ones that heckled Orengo were organized by the same person. So I have also my own intelligence. I get to know what goes on in the security sector and in the country. So when I learned also in Bondo that there were plans to attack me physically as a strategy to create a wedge between the Kikuyu nation and the Luo nation. Because what would have happened if I was attacked in Bondo, the Kikuyu nation would have felt very bad and create an enmity with the Luo nation. And the Luo nation had nothing against me, you know. In fact, let me tell you, the last time I was in Luo nation in the company of William Ruto, when I was his deputy, I was given such rousing welcome in Migori, in Homa Bay, in Siaya, in Kisumu. For the 4 days we were in Nyanza, the Luo nation welcomed me like a king. So I knew, you know, people who have dirty schemes of trying to create a wedge between the two communities wanted to attack me at Nyayo National Stadium and at Bondo to create conflict between the two communities. But I'm too smart of a politician to fall into such hands.
Ameshazikwa, kuna baadhi ya delegation bado wanakwenda kwake alipolazwa, lakini bado hatuja kuona.
I did call my mama Ida Odinga, and I gave her my personal condolences, me and Pastor Dorcas, and we did place a request that we would like to go to Bondo, and she told us that things were still quite heavy, and at the appropriate time she will give us an answer. We are still waiting, and if the family tells her, in fact I was ready with my elders and everybody, but we cannot go to a home unless the owner of that home tells us come.
Are you saying they've denied you entry?
No, they have not.
Because it's been 5 months and you've not been there. Why didn't you go to Karen?
She told us to wait, and we are waiting. Yeah, you cannot force yourself into somebody's home. I'm an elder, I'm a leader in this country. I also am a person who respects families and homes and traditions.
What kind of message does it send, Mheshimiwa, when someone you say you revere passed on and you've not been seen anywhere near that place for 5 months?
I have made, I made my condolences. I have passed my condolences to Mama Ida Odinga. I have said if accorded an opportunity, we would like to go and pay homage to the gravesite.
In one of the interviews with the local radio station, and I'm quoting what you said that Ruto alikuwa anajiringa na Raila, sasa Mungu ni nani? Why are you celebrating the death of the former prime minister?
I'm not celebrating. That is your own interpretation. You can't
what
put
was
words
your
in,
interpretation?
You cannot
That's
put,
what you said.
You cannot put words in.
Did you not say what I said?
You cannot put words in my mouth.
Muktadha wa hiyo matamshi ilikuwa nini? Labda.
You cannot put words in my mouth.
I'm quoting you verbatim.
I said life. I said life.
Na Mungu ni nani?
What I meant is that life is dynamic. What is happening yesterday is not what is happening today, and it's not what is happening tomorrow. It has nothing to do with celebrating. It's simply capturing the dynamism of life. That what was yesterday is not what is today. What is today is not what is tomorrow. Life is not static. Life is dynamic. It keeps on moving on.
Mbona kwa ule uchaguzi uliopita ilikuwa sawa wewe kufanya kazi na Rais Ruto, na wakati jamii hii ya Wajaluo kitaka kufanya kazi na William Ruto, kwa kura ijayo inakuwa tabu kwako?
Nani amesema iko tabu kwangu?
Matamshi yako ni peupe mheshimiwa.
Sijasema iko tabu.
Matamshi yako ni peupe, yanasema hivyo, yanaangaza hivyo.
Mimi nakuuliza, siku rais alikuwa anapigana na Raila Odinga, alikuwa anaunga yeye mkono? Hakuwa anaunga yeye mkono. Kwa hivyo siku tulikuwa tunapigana na Raila hatugeunga yeye mkono. Tena mimi sikupigana na Raila, alipigana na Rais William Ruto. Mimi nilikuwa nasaidia William Ruto kupigana na Raila. Lakini yule ambaye walipingana na yeye ni Raila Odinga na William Ruto, sio mimi. Kwa hivyo huwezi sema ati niko na shida. Mimi sina shida, mimi natafuta uongozi. Ruto anatafuta uongozi. Na lazima sisi tupigane na Ruto kwa sababu tunataka kumshinda.
What has changed now? Because this president who you're saying unataka kupigana naye kwa sababu unataka kumshinda was a darling at some point to you. Is it because of the impeachment that now you've changed tune for someone you referred to as your brother?
William Ruto betrayed the Kenyan nation.
The Kenyan nation or you?
The Kenyan nation.
He's still the president of the nation. It's
he betrayed the Kenyan nation. He said he'll put money into people's pockets. Instead, he took the little that he had. During his campaigning, he said there will be no extrajudicial killing. He came and abducted children and killed them. During his campaign, he said there will be no evictions or demolitions. There are demolitions every day.
Lakini ubomoaji ulifanyika hata kama wewe ulikuwa naibu wa rais.
Well, if you remember, ukikumbuka, katika mashtaka niletewa Senate moja ilikuwa nilipinga ubomoaji. Kwa hivyo mimi nilikataa hiyo maneno kwa sababu tulikuwa tumeahidi wa Kenya ya kwamba
baada mambo ya kuharibika kati yako na rais ndio ukaanza kuzungumza vilivyo. Lakini hapo awali ni kana kwamba ulikuwa na unga mkono
hakuna mambo
ya wakati huo.
Mimi nilipinga maneno kutoka ndani mpaka ikafika pahali hawezi fichika. Na moja ya hayo maneno ni ubomoaji ya mali ya umaskini. Kwa sababu tukitafuta kura tulikuwa tumesema hatutapinga, hatutabomoa mali ya watu maskini bila kuwapatia pahali ya kwenda, na hatutabomolea watu usiku. Hiyo ikaanza kufanyika, mimi nikapinga. Kwa hivyo mimi nilikataa mambo mingi kwa sababu huyu muungwana tulifanya kampeni na yeye na tuliahidi watu mambo mingi sana. Na wafuasi wangu ni wengi sana. Na wakaanza kuniuliza maswali. Huyu jamaa uliletea sisi na ukatuambia ni muungwana, mlituahidi na hii, mbona mmekeuka? Kwa hivyo mimi nikaanza kupingana naye na kumwambia hapana, tulikubaliana hii, mbona anageuka? Mpaka ikafika pahali ikakuwa ya kwamba hatuelewani. Ndio.
Let's talk about housing for a bit because it's one of the projects that you're talking about here, and we've talked about demolitions. At some point, and I want to play that soundbite for you, at some point you said that you don't understand how someone can go against the housing project. And at some point you also changed. Listen to what you said.
Why would anybody is in his right frame of mind have a problem with slum upgrading? Why would anybody in his right thinking have a problem with having affordable housing for Kenyans so that they can live with dignity? Hii housing imelazimishwa wa Kenya kutoa housing levy kwa lazima. Hiyo pesa sasa imechukuliwa, imepeleka kujenga soko, kujenga mashule, kwa sababu imekuwa conduit ya wizi.
What changed, Mheshimiwa?
Everything changed because I was deceived. I believed William Ruto of all the things he told me and the people of Kenya. And many Kenyans believed him. Many Kenyans believed him. Today they feel deceived, I included. I really believed housing was a good program to create employment. I believed him 100%. I believed it was the right thing because he is very convincing and I had no reason to doubt him. Until it came to my knowledge that it was all a scheme to create wealth. The president bought 2 factories that manufacture steel. They are the ones.
Which factories are they?
Yes, I have.
Do you have the evidence?
There's one called Apex and another. The president bought a tiles manufacturing company. He bought Baburi Cement. All these factories he bought are the ones that are supplying construction materials for affordable housing. And that is why he needed to create enough money by taxing Kenyans so that his businesses can thrive.
Why should Kenyans trust you now, and yet you're the same person who said that you don't understand why someone
because
this housing?
Only a fool doesn't change his mind.
So if you're deceived then, are you deceived
as
now?
I told you, life is dynamic. You get on knowing people. Today, Trevor, you are this. Tomorrow, I know you differently. So then William Ruto was very convincing. He came to us in the mountain with the Bible. And we trusted him because we are Christians, basically. But on assuming office, he became another person. He became a businessman. And I was there as his deputy, and I saw through it. And I couldn't take it. And I said, no, this is not what we promised the people of Kenya.
Kwa maana vitu vinabadilika jinsi ulivyosema. Sasa kuna haja gani pia sisi kukuamini wewe kama mwanasiasa?
Well, hiyo itakuwa ni Wakenya kama wataniamini, sio wewe. Wakenya wataangalia vile mimi naongea. Wataangalia ile facts mimi naweka kwa meza. Na wataona kama wataniamini. Now people keep on changing their mind. Huyu William Ruto ana shida kwa Wajaluo siku 5 akitukana Rigathi Gachagua na Wakikuyu. Alikuwa huko mwaka 9 akitukana Raila na Wajaluo. Leo anasema baba ni mtu mzuri, Wajaluo ni watu wazuri. Wacha nimalize. So umeniambia why people change their mind. Let me give you a good example. Okay. Today William Ruto is in Nyanza abusing me for 5 days. Saying I'm this, I'm that, making me a bogeyman and attacking my community. We are tribalist. For 9 years, she was all over the country abusing Raila Odinga, kusema ni mchawi, ni muganga, kusema Wajaluo ni ile watu ya kungoa leri, Wajaluo ni watu ya fujo, kusema huyu Raila haendi kanisa, anakuwa na nyoka mfukoni. He was saying all those things for 9 years.
You also said the same thing.
Yes, I did. I did, and I'll tell you. I'll explain to you. Let me finish.
That is fighting.
Yes, I did.
So is that the same position you hold now?
I'm saying.
Mpaka ukasema wewe ulikuwa unafanya kwa niaba yake pia.
Ngoja kidogo. Simuache yeye.
Na ulisema
kwani mko na fujo, simuache niongee.
Tunasikizana.
No, I can see you have predetermined questions. So also let me answer. Si umeniuliza swali.
Okay.
No.
Tunakupatia nafasi ya kuyajibu.
Wacha tukubaliane kwanza.
Okay.
Ukiniuliza swali lazima nijibu.
Kwa heshima taadhima tunakupatia nafasi ya kuyajibu maswali tafadhali.
So wewe ukisema kitu pia unipatie nafasi.
Okay.
Umeniuliza kwa nini nilibadilisha mafikira. Nimekuambia William Ruto huyu ana shida kwa Wajaluo. Akitukana Rigathi Gachagua na Wakikuyu.